Insurance. Do it face to face.
Buy to let, thatched, commercial. We're your high street insurance brokers for all types of insurance. Avoid faceless internet firms.
High House Insurance. Do it face to face.
See Neil and the friendly team at High Street Selsey.
High House Insurance. Do it face to face.
Or call Selsey 606 552.
Hello, a new voice to welcome you this week. This is Mary Kennedy to tell you briefly what's on the programme. First, Beryl Fletcher will tell us what's on in Selsey, and Nick Jones is going to talk about next Easter's Passion Play. Then a treat for the taste buds as we listen to Lynn Reeves' Gingerbread Man recipe. Giles talks about the garden in late autumn, and then some music, The Essentials with Hold On. We have a delightful poem by Liz Dunlop and a thought for the day from Alistair Hornell from East Beach Evangelical Church. Now, over to Beryl Fletcher, who will tell us what's on in Selsey.
Hello, I'm Beryl Fletcher, here to tell you of the many events that will be taking place in Selsey throughout December. So first of all, on Thursday, the 5th of December, Selsey and District Carers at 109 High Street are holding a coffee morning from 10:30am. So why not drop in, have a coffee and show support. On Friday the 6th of December and Saturday the 7th of December, Seikos are launching a Christmas extravaganza show being held in the Selsey Town Hall. Matinees will be held on both days at 2:30pm and evening performances at 7:30pm. Tickets cost £6.50 for adults and £3.50 for children under age 16. The show will consist of seasonal songs and carols, in fact everything you could wish for to start Christmas on a festive note. Tickets will be available from High House Insurance in the High Street. Also on Saturday the 7th of December and on Sunday the 8th of December, a Christmas tree festival is being held at the Selsey Methodist Church. So go along and join in. All are welcome, £1 entry with a free drink. Under 16s go free. There will be a Santos Grotto at £2 with free colouring activities for the children. Opening hours will be 10 till 4pm on the Saturday and 12 to 4pm on the Sunday. Again, on Saturday the 7th of December, a Christmas fair is being held in St Peter's Church Hall from 12 noon till 3pm, where you can enjoy lunches, afternoon tea, including that old favourite mulled wine and mince pies. Join in with the carols being sung by the St Peter's Choir whilst browsing the many stalls that will be there. Moving on to Wednesday the 11th of December, the Selsey Community Choir will be giving their very first performance at 7:30pm, being held at the Selsey Academy. Tickets cost will be £3 for adults and £2 for children. This is one not to be missed. The performance will last for approximately 1 hour. The local history group, the Selsey Society, will be holding their December meeting on the Thursday the 12th of December with a talk entitled Selsey's Airfield at Norton during the Second World War. Speaker for the evening will be Dudley Hooley from the Tangmere Air Museum. Visitors are very welcome. Cost for the evening is just £1.50, which does include refreshments. For those of you who enjoy a game of bingo, on Saturday the 14th of December, a Christmas bingo session is being held at the Selsey Golf Club in Golf Links Lane. Doors open at 6:45pm, eyes down at 7:30pm. All are welcome. Then, on Tuesday the 17th of December, Selsey Football Club are holding their Christmas bingo in the White Horse Club, Paddock Lane. Doors open at 6:30, eyes down at 7:30 p.m. All the usual prizes of Christmas fair will be there to be won. Even if you don't play bingo, it is a good evening to socialise as well as to maybe win a prize or two. And last but not least, on Wednesday the 18th of December, the Selsey Business Partnership, together with the town team, are holding a Christmas tabletop sale in the Selsey Town Hall at 5 p.m. A chance for you to go along and buy those last-minute Christmas goodies. And last of all, I do hope that the events reported would have been of interest to you, and I will say bye for now.
Thank you, Beryl. And now we'll hear from Nick Jones.
This is Hugh Graham for Selsey Internet Radio, and I'm talking with Nick Jones, who's, as well as being a Selsey Town Councillor, is also producer of next year's Passion Play. Nick, what is the Passion Play going to be? And where is it going to be? And if we could have a clue about the time, that would be wonderful too.
Well, we're having it, it's next year.
Okay.
Easter time.
Right.
Good Friday.
Naturally, I suppose.
Exactly. The exact time to be determined, but it'll probably be early evening when dusk is starting to settle.
Oh, lovely. Okay. So, how many people have you got in the village taking part?
We've got about 35 people, and we've cast everything apart from one. And that one is
Couldn't
Jesus.
possibly be
It is.
Just Jesus himself.
Yes. Rather an important part of the Passion Play.
Yeah.
So we've got a donkey, we've cast a donkey,
Yeah.
but we haven't cast Jesus yet. So we are looking desperately for someone in Selsey who has got an urge to play next year on Good Friday the part of Jesus.
Okay. So, there are several limiting factors. It has to be male.
Yes, has to be male.
Does he have to have a beard?
No, he doesn't have to have a beard.
Okay.
No, certainly not. He's got to be probably between about 25 and 40,
Okay.
something that age. He was purported to have died at the age of about 35.
Yeah.
So anything between that age we will be very happy with, or I would be very happy with. Actually, I'm director, not producer.
Okay.
There is a difference here.
Okay, so explain that to me. What does the director do? What does the producer do?
Well, the director tells people what to do.
Yeah.
The producer actually produces all the requirements for putting the play on, which is the money involved, and getting together the people who will do backroom staff and that sort of thing.
So the producer hasn't yet produced Jesus, though?
He hasn't, unfortunately, no. No, he hasn't.
Okay.
No, he hasn't.
Where will the whole action take place in the churchyard?
Yes, we're doing it at St Peter's Churchyard.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't tell you that. St Peter's Churchyard. It'll be able to be seen from the road. It'll be free. There's no charges. We're doing it. We'll be well advertising prior to the event when the actual time will be. The interesting thing is this year, or this next year rather, we're doing a slight addition to the production we did 3 years ago. I don't know if you saw it. Did you see it?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, it was very good, but it concluded with the crucifixion.
Yeah.
This year, what we're doing is we're going to extend it in the respect that we have building a tomb to be outside the main door rather, of the church.
Yeah.
Jesus will be taken down from the tomb. Taken down from the cross. Taken down from the cross. I'm sorry. Taken down from the cross. Put into the tomb.
Yeah.
And a stone will be rolled in front, or an appearance of a stone will be rolled in front. On Sunday, we're going to take the stone away. We're going to have a light inside the tomb to show it is empty.
Okay.
Which will be seeable from the road, and everybody will then be able to see that the
tomb's empty.
Yes.
Okay.
And it's a conclusion.
I think that's a lovely idea. And will the stone be rolled away on Easter Sunday service after St Peter's?
No, it'll be done in the morning.
Oh, will it?
It'll
Okay.
be done in the morning before anyone's around.
Okay.
We want to. It's a surprise.
That's a lovely idea. How big is the tomb going to be?
It's just going to be big enough to get Jesus inside.
Yeah.
It's going to be a tight fit, but he'll be able to get in there, and he'll probably be able to get out again.
Okay.
When he gets out, of course, no one knows.
All right. Now, the other thing is, do people taking part in the play, do they belong to all the 4 churches?
Yes, all the 4 churches are joined together, and they're all participating. The rehearsals are being held in the Evangelical Church in Selsey, and we're rehearsing there. We're having a little break, and we're going to start full rehearsals on Thursdays in January.
Okay.
Anybody else is interested in joining in, we're still always looking for a crowd, because crowd are very important to the whole thing.
Will the action take place on a raised platform?
Yes, we've got a raised platform, and we're also going to introduce this year 3 scaffold towers.
Yeah.
Now the scaffold towers are going to be used for the narrators. We have two narrators who will be describing the scenes as they go, as well as speech from the actual people who are actually working on the play. Right. Jesus speaks a lot. The donkey doesn't talk very much. But we have all the well-known scenes that everybody knows of Good Friday.
Okay. So now tell me, the people that are taking part, they come from all age groups and.
Yes, all age groups. Yes, all age groups.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they
male and female. We have a lot more ladies than men. So if any other men want to come along, because some of our ladies are playing our disciples.
Okay.
But that doesn't matter.
Well, all right. And so now, do you think there's any chance of this becoming a regular passion play like over Abigail?
Well, we did it, as I say, we did it 3 years ago.
Yeah.
It was going to be done every year. It just didn't materialise. We're doing it again now. Whether we do it in a year or 2 or 3 years' time, yes, we'd like to do it regularly. I think it was very well received by the people of Selsey 3 years ago, and I'm sure they're all going to come and watch again this year, next year.
Are we going to film it, do you think? Or could we film it?
We certainly could film it. That's something that hadn't occurred to me, I must admit. But we certainly could film it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Will there be a procession up the street to the church?
No, it's all going to be in the churchyard.
Okay.
It's all going to be in the churchyard. There will be a few seats, but mostly it'll be standing.
Right.
I think we had something like 150 people last year, so we're looking for even more this year.
I'm sure you're going to. And there's no fee?
Absolutely none. You just come and watch and enjoy.
I think that sounds wonderful, Nick. So, all you're looking for really is Jesus.
Yes, we have fully cast it, although I'm quite very happy to introduce another couple of people into the crowd. But Jesus is rather important.
Well,
yes, without Jesus, the play is going to be... Well, there would be a passion play, but it would be lacking.
Yes,
it would be lacking.
Just a bit, wouldn't it?
Yes.
All right. So, all I can say now is anybody who would like to play Jesus, they need to contact Nick Jones. Nick, if you've got any aspiring Jesuses out there, how should they contact you?
Well, they can contact me on my mobile telephone number, which is 07900 198 545.
Okay. And the rehearsals start again in January?
January, yes.
So do you have a date for that?
I haven't. I think it's the 2nd or 3rd, but use my mobile telephone number. I'll certainly be able to tell you.
All right. Thanks a lot, Nick, and good luck with finding Jesus.
Thank you very much, Hugh. Thank you.
Thank you, Hugh and Nick. Now, you might want to have a pen handy to write down the recipe for Lynn's delicious gingerbread men.
I'm Hugh Graham. I'm back in Tupney Rice with Lynn Reeve.
Morning, Hugh.
What have we got this week then, Lynn?
Well, Christmas is coming, Hugh, so we're going to do one for the children today with Gingerbread Men.
Oh, great.
Yeah, so let the kiddies help with this one. They love doing this. They especially love watching them come out of the oven and putting the icing all over them. So
Yeah.
we're going to start then with the ingredients for Gingerbread Men. And we want 12 ounces or 350 grams, if you like, of plain flour. Plus you want a little bit extra so when you're rolling this out, you've got some to dust your board with. 1 teaspoonful of bicarb of soda, 2 teaspoonfuls of ground ginger, 1 teaspoon of ground cinnamon, and you can get all of those from Tuppenny Rice, 125 grams or 4.5 ounces of butter, 175 grams, or if you like 6 ounces, of light, soft, brown sugar. Don't be fooled by all these recipes that say you've got to use demerara or you've got to use this, that and the other. You haven't. Any kind of light, soft brown sugar will do. All right? 1 free-range egg. Well, it doesn't have to be free-range, but we prefer them. And 4 tablespoons of golden syrup.
Okay.
That good old staple golden syrup. To decorate it, you're going to want some writing icing and some cake decorations. So think about your decorations, or get the children to design them, and then just go and buy what you want accordingly.
You could use Smarties too, couldn't you?
You could use anything you like. They could use anything they wanted to, and they'd have fun thinking it up as well.
Yeah.
It's even better. Sometimes they can make them into little girls or little boys with little skirts or little shorts on. So let them be creative with it. Sift together the flour, the soda, the bicarb of soda, the ginger and the cinnamon, and pour it into the bowl of a food processor if you have one. If not, just into a large bowl, all right? Add the butter and blend until it looks like breadcrumbs and stir in the sugar.
Okay.
All right? Lightly beat the egg and golden syrup together. Lovely this is. Add it to the food processor and just pulse it until the mixture chumps together. It doesn't actually bind, it just chumps.
Incidentally, why is there such a difference in price with golden syrup wherever you buy it? I bought it in Tesco's for £2, in the local shops in the village for £2.50, and I got it at Morrison's in Bognor for 59 pence.
I don't know, Hugh. In Tuppenny Rice, it's £1.50.
Oh, all right.
So, walking the middle road, all right?
All right.
I really don't know. I guess buying power accounts for a lot of this stuff, doesn't it? You know, somebody like a big branch of, they've got a lot more buying power than little shops. But I can tell you that in Tuppenny Rice, it costs £1.50, and it doesn't need to cost any more.
The reason I know this is I use golden syrup in some bread I make.
Ah.
All right, go on.
Okay, we'll go on to that recipe, shall we, one day?
All right.
Yeah. So lightly beat the egg and the golden syrup together, and you've got this lovely gooey mess. Add to the food processor and just pulse it until the mixture clumps together quite nicely. Tip the dough out and knead it briefly until it's smooth. So you're going to knead it like you would a bread dough, all right?
Yeah.
Wrap it in cling film and leave it to chill in the fridge for 15 minutes. This just helps with, again, it's like a pastry kind of mix.
Yeah, okay.
And it helps with your rolling it out. You're going to preheat your oven to 180 degrees centigrade, 350 degrees Fahrenheit, or gas mark 4 for those, gas mark 4.
Or 160 if you've got a fan on.
Or 100, yes. Well, if you've got a fan accordingly. Line 2 baking trays with greaseproof paper. So you've got 2 flat baking trays, and you're going to line them with greaseproof paper. Roll out the dough, and this is where the children love this, onto your lightly floured surface. And get your little kiddie cutters. Cut out the gingerbread men shapes, all right? And place them on the baking tray, leaving a small gap between them because they will spread slightly in the oven. You only need to bake them for 12 to 15 minutes, so no time for the children to get too bored with this, and they can be sorting out their little decorations in the meantime.
Yeah.
Until they're lightly golden brown. You don't want them a dark brown, you just want them a nice light colour. Leave on the tray for 10 minutes. We don't want anybody burning little puddies, do we? So leave them on the tray for 10 minutes to cool. And then move them onto a wire rack to let them finish cooling, because this helps the underneath of them. When they're cool, of course, they can decorate them with any kind of writing icing or cake icing or anything they want. They can put little hats on them. They can do whatever they want, and they absolutely love it. You could actually, whilst they were cooling or before they were cooled, put a little hole in the top and thread it with ribbon, and then they're really nice to hang on the tree.
Okay.
Yeah?
Lovely.
Gingerbread Men, everybody's favourite.
Thanks a lot for that, Lynn. This is Selsey Internet Radio. And once again, we've got Giles Peer in the studio to talk about the garden. All right, Giles, what have you got for us this week?
Well, I'm just going to start off with a little saying. If there's ice in November that will bear a duck, there'll be nothing after but sludge and muck. That's an old-fashioned saying. Right, after that... it's this end of the month we're coming to now, and it's we get November mists and fogs, we get quite a few, but they actually shroud everything and make the grass look white in the spectral light of dawn. And also they provide a complete silence and utter solicitude. This is out in the country and the fields.
Right.
So if early mornings when it's foggy, etc., it's a special area, a nice time to look about.
Yeah.
At this time of year. The rabbits, the pheasants and the pigeons are all looking pretty plump now. They've been feasting, gorging themselves on all the fruits and harvests of autumn. So they're all preparing themselves. The fallen leaves are doing a lot of good because they're obviously feeding and enriching the soil, which in turn is giving strength back to the tree where it first came from in the first place. So life goes on. So the fallen leaves do a great job. In the garden itself, I would suggest any cloches or containers or anything you've got, that give them all a good clean now, and before you replant or do anything with them, give them really good clean. And also another little good idea is houseplants at this time, because people are putting heaters on a bit more now.
Yeah.
They need every so often give them a mist spray because they need a bit of humidity.
Okay.
And too much central heating won't do them too much good. So
Right.
give them a little light spray, humidity spray every so often. And also another little thing this month: don't pick parsnips or Brussels sprouts until after the first decent frost, because they taste a lot better after the frost.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, people tend to forget that.
Yeah.
I'm not saying they taste awful before the frost, but they taste better after the frost.
Right.
I think you were interested to know about garden equipment, weren't you, at this time of year?
I am.
This is a good time because the last mow, well, unless it's very, very mild through the winter, should be done by now on a high cut, as I said the other week. So yes, do oil and grease and anything that's needed with all, not just lawnmowers, any form of garden tools, shears, you name it, any garden equipment needs cleaning, oiling and dealing with now, and any repairs that might need doing, get them done now.
Okay. It's a good idea, isn't it, Giles, to change the oil in the lawnmower?
Yes, it is. Yes, it's very well. It's a necessary idea because the old oil won't do your mower any good at all.
Well,
especially if it's got it lying dormant all over the winter.
I have an old Mountfield which is certainly 50 years old, and it's still going strong.
Oh yeah, they're great mowers. It'll go on another. It'll see you off.
Yeah, true. Probably will. Yeah.
No, you've done well there. Dwarf tulips and hyacinths and mini daffodils, tate's a good one. It's a good time now to put them in bowls or containers, whatever, for Christmas flowering. So get that done now. And then also, if you have any roses that have black spot on the leaves, that there are some leaves left still, hand pick those leaves off, pick the money off underneath the roses and burn them, because black spot is very hard to get rid of.
Okay.
So any leaves on any rose bushes with any sign of black spots, take them off by hand or lift them and take them off the ground and burn them.
Okay, fine.
And I'd like to finish off this another little item of interest. A garden is a grand teacher. It teaches patience and careful watchfulness, industry and thrift, and above all, entire trust.
That's lovely.
So I think that sums the gardening up, yeah.
Okay, well that's lovely, Giles.
I'll see you next month.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Lynn and Giles. And now the Essentials perform Hold On.
Working like a slave all day, always another bill to pay. There doesn't seem to be enough to go round. Everyone wants a piece of me. There's only so much of me. It all just seems to never end. Where's another place to be? Where's another face to see? I guess I'll try to squeeze you in. Come Friday, I'm a refugee. There's always next week, you'll see. There's not enough hours in a day. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Wait for the cavalry. Wait for the cavalry. Everyone has an axe to grind, invading your peace of mind. Try to find some common ground. There's rules for everything. There's something else you forgot to bring. Another way to drag it down. Hold on. Hold on. Wait for the cavalry. Wait for the cavalry. Wait for the cavalry. You've got to wait for the cavalry. They always want to be in control. They want to hold your very soul. It ain't too good for your mental health. Hanging by your fingertips. It's getting too hard not to lose your grip. And then you have to tell yourself. Hold on. Wait for the cavalry. You've got to wait for the cavalry. Waiting for the cavalry. Wait for the cavalry.
After that musical interlude, thank you. At this busy time of year, some more about what's on locally. Firstly, St Wilfrid's Church Christmas Fair is on Saturday the 30th of November, 11 o'clock till 2 o'clock at the church in Church Road. Also this week in Selsey, the 4 churches are into their Advent season, preparing for Christmas, and both Chichester and Selsey have turned on their Christmas lights. Don't forget to support your local businesses. Our high street does remarkably well. Let's keep it that way. Every Saturday, the Scouts open their charity shop between 10 and 12, and both they and the guides welcome new volunteers to help run their bursting groups of young people. Selsey Camera Club meet on December the 2nd at St Wilfrid's Church Hall at 7:30. The Methodist Church hosts a parent and toddler group every Tuesday from 1:30 till 3 o'clock. A similar group called Sunbeams meets every Friday morning at 10 a.m. at East Beach Evangelical Church. Selsey Carpet Bowls Club is open every Wednesday and Thursday evening at Med Mary School at 7 p.m. and St Peter's Church Christmas Fair is on the 7th of December from noon till 3 p.m. The Crafty Natter Club meets on the first and third Wednesdays 2 till 4 o'clock at Selsey Methodist Church. And at this time of year, remember the Cat and Rabbit Rescue Centre and support their charity shops. On December the 6th, Selsey Football Club are having a quiz night at 8 o'clock, open to all. And if you need any further information, please either visit Selsey Information Exchange website or call 01243 201 616. Some news from the Selsey Forum. It is hoped to create a Selsey diary so all the local organisations can help to plan their activities and avoid clashes. Artstream are planning an event in August next year from the 11th to the 16th of August in the Pavilion Theatre to be based on J.C. Sheriff's play Journey's End. That's one to look out for. Now, as the cold weather arrives, can we think about neighbourliness in winter? Would you be willing to keep a lookout for neighbours who may be lonely and would appreciate a chat on the phone, a visit, or an offer of shopping? Would our schools be willing to encourage, in an appropriate way, young people to visit older neighbours? Selsey is a community where we do a lot for each other. Can we do a bit more? If you think you can help, please phone Mike Nichols on 07768 206 974 or 603 983. Liz Dunlop is now going to read one of her poems about cats.
1 cat, 2 cats, 3 cats, 4, sitting on the kitchen floor, waiting for their favourite dish, wild pink salmon, handsome fish. 5 cats, 6 cats, 7 cats, 8, dashing through the wooden gate, rushing to their favourite plate, mackerel fillets and light grilled skate. 1 cat, 2 cats, 6 cats, 7, surely they're in 7th heaven. Tuna chunks in salty brine, oh yeah, that's for number 9.
So, how many cats have you actually got?
9 lovely cats, 9 lives.
And what sort of cats are they?
They vary. I have a couple of moggies and I have some oriental.
When you say moggies, you mean mongrels?
Well, yeah, black. All black cats.
Okay.
Mongrels. I have some colour points, oriental cats. I have Tom, who has an extra 3 toes on each front foot and an extra toe on each back foot. Very, very, very charming cat. And sadly, last week I lost my oldest cat, who was 20, Merlin.
Thank you, Liz. Now over to Alistair Hornell for his thought for the day.
Who can you trust these days? Used car salesmen always had a bit of a bad press. Politicians, well, never been too keen on them. But these days, tide's been turned. Do you trust the politicians more than the police? And then you come to the really important things. Can you trust care home providers? People who look after us when we really need it. Can you trust anyone? Well, the good news is that the answer is yes. God uniquely has a perfect track record for trustworthiness. The Bible gives us the story of God's faithfulness, doing as he promised. If you read the Old Testament history of Israel, you see how God consistently kept his word in dealing with his people. Then turn to the New Testament, and it shows us how all the promises of a Messiah came together in a person, Jesus. God, uniquely, can and should be trusted. Now, none of us can boast such a track record for consistent reliability. But if we can have the humility to acknowledge quickly when we get it wrong, broken trust can begin to be restored. And if we trust God's promises to forgive us, we too might become forgiving and give other people an opportunity for a new beginning. Who can you trust these days? Can we trust you? We can certainly trust God.
Next week, there will be an interview with Kylie, who is our youth worker, and a song from the Snack Shack Choir. So I will leave you by saying goodbye and thank you for listening.